Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our Savory Webinar 2020, Session 1. Like everybody else, we are still developing the best ways of communicating information in the current COVID climate. So please bear with us if some of the technology doesn't run as smooth as it could be. The webinar will begin momentarily. My name is Silvia Soragni. I am Product Manager for the Savory Ingredients segment of Lallemand Bio-Ingredients. I'm joined today by my colleagues Christian and Signe.
Hello, good morning. This is Christian speaking. I'm responsible for the sales of the savory products in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific. And together with my colleague Silvia and Signe, we will also answer your questions later on. So have a good meeting. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Signe from Applied R&D team in Estonia. I'm here to provide answers to your technical questions, especially about how to use our products in applications. Have a nice seminar.
Today's topics are a welcome to Lallemand and the overview of our business-related facilities, the most recent innovation in the Savor Life product family, and Toravita line presentation with the Toravita 054 launch. You should be able to see at the right side of your screen an interactive panel. Although you will remain in listen-only mode for the duration of the event, please feel free to click on the question mark icon and type in your questions there. All questions will be kept anonymous. Please feel free to ask whatever you wish. The presentations are approximately 30 minutes long. To make the most of your valued time, we will answer to selected questions during the live event for the duration of 15 minutes. We will reply to all of them after the webinar in written form. After the question and answer time, I will launch a video with direction and tips for the tasting session. We invite you to take your time and taste later the samples we selected for you. The day after the webinar, you will receive a link with the event recording. With that, I'll press play and we'll begin.
Welcome to Lallemand. My name is Ruggero Crameri and I am the Lallemand Bio-Ingredients Global Sales and Marketing Director. The objective of this presentation is to give you an overview about Lallemand and about our division. Lallemand Bio-Ingredients is responsible for the production and the sales of inactive yeasts and yeast extracts all over the world. Most of our accounts are active in savory, health food, and the biotech industries. Today's webinar focuses on the savory industry. We have a long tradition. The company was founded by Fred Lallemand at the end of the 19th century, and the yeast production started up in 1923. Lallemand is owned by the Chagnon family since 1952, and this gives us a strong financial fundament and a long-term orientation. With over 4,500 employees globally, 47 plants, including 27 yeast, 8 bacteria, and 12 other plants, we have a worldwide presence. It is amazing to see in how many industries yeast and bacteria can be used. On this slide, we give you an overview of the 15 main applications. Lallemand has a global presence with yeast, bacteria, and other plants, as well as research labs and commercial distribution offices located all over the world. Lallemand has currently 27 yeast factories worldwide, 9 yeast plants in North America, 14 in Europe, and 4 in other continents. Most of those factories produce baker's yeast, but several manufacture in parallel also for other applications, such as, for example, wine or brewer's yeast and other specialties. In red, you see the Lallemand Bio-Ingredients factories focusing on the production of inactive yeast and yeast extracts. Lallemand Bio-Ingredients has a powerful network of 7 factories, 3 in Europe and 4 in North America. Greno and Lundesco built a strong tandem in Denmark, focusing mainly on the production of yeast extract and cellulose for our division. And we will show you later on a video about Salutaguse, where we integrated last year also the former Trenčín factory. Salutaguse is already the world's largest drum-dried inactive yeast factory, and at the end of this year we will start up a new 9th drum dryer line. In Canada, in addition to the new Cornwall factory, we operate in Tara, Ontario, a second production. Lallemand is the clear world leader for inactive Torula yeast with the Rhinelander, Wisconsin and the Hutchinson, Minnesota factories. Greno is a large modern factory producing a broad portfolio of yeast specialties with a competitive economy of scale. In addition to our yeast extract, we deliver large baker's yeast volumes for the Scandinavian market, and Greno remains one of the largest wine yeast factories worldwide. Greno is not only a large factory, but it is also equipped to produce a lot of different specialties. After fermentation, we have larger autolyzers and high efficiency separators to end up with a big spray dryer. A large pilot plant is ideal for the R&D scale-up into production. New technologies such as micro and ultrafiltration units allow us to expand our yeast extract portfolio. Our new acquisition in Lundesco has 3 drying lines and is located only 170 kilometers, roughly 100 miles from our large Greno yeast extract plant. With 2 times the nameplate drying capacity of the big yeast extract spray dryer in Greno, we added a lot of flexibility and production reserves. In addition, we have a large warehouse and packaging line space. Our new yeast extract production in Cornwall, Ontario is a large facility, ideally located 70 minutes drive southwest from the Montreal International Airport, on the highway to Toronto and Ottawa, and very close to the US border. We experienced a successful yeast extract production startup, and we focus our sales efforts on US, Canada and Mexico. We can offer the unique combination of NAFTA, USMCA and NGP verified yeast extracts. The 2019 acquisition of the Hutchinson Torula yeast factory from Associated British Food, or OLI-US, was renamed as Minnesota Specialty Yeast. Lallemand has now 3 factories with significant operational synergies in the north of the US. The Dakota Yeast Factory in North Dakota, we have Hutchinson, and on top we have the other Torula yeast factory in Rhinelander, well known as Lake States. And now let's take a virtual tour of our Salutaguse facility in Estonia. top of 47 yeast and 12 other factories, Lallemand has 8 bacteria plants. The ones in Canada produce mainly for probiotics for human nutrition, Milwaukee in US and Malvern in UK for animal nutrition, Patos de Minas in Brazil and Montevideo in Uruguay for plant care, La Ferté in France for cheese and meat application, and last but not least, Saint-Simon in France is a multifunction bacteria plant. All those factories are important Lallemand Bio-Ingredients internal yeast extract accounts. The Lallemand 10 research and development labs. The largest one where our division is involved is located close to the headquarters in Montreal, and there, as well as in the Tallinn Competence Center, Lallemand Bio-Ingredients has own technical colleagues and scientists working on the development of new products and improvement of existing ones. An important advantage of both R&D centers is to be very close to our factories in Estonia and in Canada. In addition, we have a close cooperation with the scientists of Mascoma within this US Research and Development Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire. Lallemand Bio-Ingredients focuses primarily in developing microbial products and applications that enable the efficient and sustainable production of inactive yeast and yeast extracts. Thank you for your time and attention, and I wish you a good webinar continuation.
Thank you, Ruggero, for the very interesting presentation. I remind attendees that they can download the handouts and ask their question in written form during the webinar and during the video are shown. We go now to the next presentation, and I thank already Christian in advance for the very insightful presentation of the recent innovation in the Savory Life product family.
Welcome to our today's webinar. My name is Christian Heiß and I'm the responsible sales manager for Europe, Middle East, Africa and Asia Pacific. I will tell you more about our yeast saver blocks and their need in plant-based foods. What do plant-based products need and what is the consumer's expectation? First of all, it's authentic taste. It doesn't matter if the product is like fish, like meat, like beef. The taste should be as close to the original. There shouldn't be any off notes. A lot of vegan products or vegetarian products provide bitter tastes, and these bitter tastes should be masked, or grainy smell should be masked as well. They should be high in protein, of high quality protein, and yeast is a very healthy source of protein as well. There shouldn't be additives or very few additives needed, and therefore yeast can also play an important role. Last but not least, a proper texture or bite is expected by the consumers. Lallemand Bio-Ingredients is your taste solution provider. The first product family I want to present to you is named High Life. High Life products contain a natural source of nucleotides. They enhance the taste in kokumi and umami direction and can also bring out taste and round off the flavor. On top of it, High Life can be used to reduce sodium in your products. The second product family I want to talk about today is named Prime Life. Prime Life are our standard yeast extracts. They are light in color, they are clear soluble, they promote mild savory taste and can also round off flavor. They are suitable for all kind of foodstuff. Our product family named Intense Life provides color and taste. The profiles you obtain are mainly roasted, caramelized, and can also be slightly bitter. A typical application would be a gravy sauce, meat products, soups and sauces. Our fourth flavor family is named Savor-Life. Savor-Life provides specific flavor donation in the following taste directions: soy sauce, roasted beef, boiled fish, and boiled chicken. In terms of declaration, soy sauce and roasted beef type can be declared natural flavoring, whereas the yeast Savory blocks can only be declared flavors. These are the flavor directions: boiled fish and boiled chicken. The fifth flavor family is named Whole Life. Whole Life are inactivated brewers or baker's yeasts. They improve the savory flavor, texture, and creamy mouthfeel, mainly used in snack products and sauces. Some brewers' yeast-based inactive yeasts also enhance cheesy notes. Savor-Life SSC. The meaning of Savor-Life SSC is soy sauce classic. Actually, it's also a yeast-based flavor that is allergen-free, so it doesn't contain any soy or wheat. It's fully based on yeast extracts. We have taken a market leader product from the supermarket and have copied the taste in our lab by sensory studies, and the outcome is a 6 to 7 times stronger powder form concentrate of a liquid soy sauce. It's very low in salt and very low in sugar. So for taste, salt and sugar can be added at the desired levels. Let me tell you more about Savor-Life BEC. BEC stands for Beef Extract Classic. We have taken some real beef meat extract from Brazil and have used our yeast extracts to do a combination of various different yeast extracts to mimic exactly, or as close as we could, the taste of real beef extract. You can see it in the spider graph. Savor-Life BEC is low in salt, is allergen-free, is vegan, and declarable as natural flavor or yeast extract. Savor-Life CB. Savor-Life CB is our boiled chicken flavor that is vegan, it's allergen-free, and is based on yeast extracts and amino acids. We have developed this new product as there is very few real long-boiled chicken flavors on the market. So it's a new specialty. Our latest innovation product is the product Savor-Life FB. FB stands for boiled fish flavor. It is also an allergen-free powder with very specific characteristic umami and sweet base note taste of boiled fish. It also provides a very long aftertaste, is low in salt and sugar. I have chosen an application recipe to better explain the flavor and the juiciness impact in a vegan bolognese sauce for you. We have used Toravita 000. This is an inactive torula yeast that provides texture as well as taste and is also preventing water syneresis in the final product. For flavor reasons,
The dominant product is Savory BEC. Savory BEC, as explained before, provides a meaty, roasted profile to the end product. And the final taste of this bolognese sauce is very similar or almost equal to the product with meat. Please let me summarize what Lallemand Savory can do for your plant-based products. Lallemand Bio-Ingredients offers natural solutions for taste, color, texture, and nutritional profile. Our solutions help to bridge the gap between plant-based products and animal-derived products. Our ingredients help to reproduce the sensorial properties of meat and dairy for customers seeking juiciness, texture, great taste, and a balanced nutritional profile. We do also offer organic versions. For recipes, please visit our homepage at bio-lallemand.com. Thank you for your attention.
And thank you very much, Christian, for your very clear presentation. We have prepared some quick questions for our audience, and we would really appreciate if you can give us your view and your feedback on these simple questions. I start with the first one. How relevant is natural flavoring declaration for you? I wait still a few seconds and I will close then the question. Thank you very much for your replies. I now launch a second question related to the presentation of Savor Block. Which Savor Block developments would you like to see next? Of course, this will help us in driving our R&D development. Thank you for joining the poll. I will quickly close the poll. Last few seconds to vote. Okay, thank you. We are ready now for the next presentation. It's regarding Tora Vita line and the latest innovation in this product family.
Welcome to the Lallemand Bio-Ingredients Savory webinar for 2020. This is Mark Wright, your Senior Key Account Manager with Lallemand Bio-Ingredients. Today we're going to discuss the use of Torula and the brands of Tora Vita and Lake States, both of which Lallemand proudly owns. Talking about today's use of Torula products in our food, I'd like to discuss our brand, Tora Vita. Torula in itself has been manufactured for over 100 years. During the hype of World War I and World War II and the lack of meat protein, yeast became a viable source during that time. The German Waldorf Torula yeast production was exported to Switzerland in 1943. Factories were built in the US and in Russia after World War II. Lallemand now owns 2 factories producing Torula inactive yeast, wholesale yeast, and autolyzed specialties, all in North America. Torula, Toravita, Bacon are product lines manufactured in our Hutchinson, Minnesota facility, and Lake State yeast is produced at our Rhinelander location. Here you'll see our plant in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, where the brand Lake States is produced. It's the oldest of our 2 facilities. It was established in 1953. Here you'll see Minnesota Specialty Yeast, our most recent acquisition in January of 2019. At this facility is where we manufacture the Toravita and Bacon product line. The Hutchinson, Minnesota facility, where the brand Toravita is produced, offers the widest range of product availability. The classics have been around for over 40 years. Toravita 000 offers a super clean taste and additional savory characteristics. Toravita 001 is used in meat applications for enhancing or bringing out meat flavors, as well as mouthfeel and texture in sauces. Toravita 027 does a wonderful job in bringing in those savory poultry characteristics along with the dark meat notes of pork. This improves the overall flavor quality. Toravita 052 is a wonderful flavor carrier. It's rich in flavored peptides and also is extremely light in color, working out in those dairy applications for seasoning blends or just where a savory flavor note is required. For your low sodium product development needs, under the Toravita 029 spray dried, this is an autolyzed yeast that contains potassium chloride. We have found that potassium chloride offers a bitter note, but however, it does allow you to lower the sodium, still have the salty taste, but with the autolyzed yeast, it helps balance out that impact. In meat applications, we've identified that Torula yeast plays an important role. It provides the meat processors an effective flavoring ingredient, at the same time as offering benefits such as water binding, purge, and fat binding. We have found that Toravita 033 is low in sodium, but also provides this wonderful water binding and stability for phosphate-free preparation. This product is used around the world in different emulsified meats. For projects where acid is needed to balance out the formula, but not desired from a flavor profile, and vinegar is a contributor to that acid, Toravita 600 does a great job in masking over the acidic bite. However, Toravita 604 improves flavor in cultured dairy products and creamy salad dressings. This works wonders in hiding the lactic acid bite. With projects where you have a desired smoky note required, but no smokehouse available, I would suggest smoked Torula under the Bacon line, SFBN being the most mild of the 2 smoke, and Bacon HFBN which contributes a bacon-like smoke flavor. When looking at the flavor impacts, and you have impact versus lingering, you have the body of Tora Vita 000 and Tora Vita 030 having the longest lasting lingering effect. You take a product like Tora Vita 027 and the flavor impact is much stronger earlier and then lingers a little less. When you use a high prime nucleotide product, your enhancement function is early and short and does not linger. The benefits of Torula is Torula yeast is a clean flavor carrier for snacks, marinades, herb blends, and spices. It is a clean label ingredient that can provide texture, emulsification, and water binding properties. Torula contains more cell wall polysaccharides compared to Saccharomyces cerevisiae, resulting in higher water binding, viscosity, and emulsification properties. An alternative food for phosphate replacement as well as an MSG alternative. A nutritionally valuable ingredient rich in protein, an excellent masking agent for our plant-based meat programs and other acid products, and a mouthfeel provider where pulpy sensation in tomato sauce is an example. Our latest addition to the Tora Vita product line is Tora Vita 054. At the beginning, this was developed to be an alternative to remove I plus G and or MSG off your ingredient statement. It is a very powerful contributor to the umami taste, allowing the seasoning and the flavors to have balance in the middle to keep that flavor curve nice and balanced. It is an autolyzed yeast. The one interesting fact about this is the protein level is high as 53%. Tora Vita 054 was produced in our Hutchinson, Minnesota facility. It has certifications of both kosher and halal and is certified GMO free and gluten free. It's packed in a 50-pound paper poly bag and is used somewhere between 0.02 and 1% of the finished product. Tora Vita 054 enhances the savory umami notes in meat products, soups, sauces, and rice dishes, along with savory snack chips. It contains all the savory potentiation to balance the finished seasoning blend. It is also a valid solution where sodium reduction has been reduced in formulas. Umami, the fifth basic taste, gives food a longer lasting taste while working in a synergistic with the other basic taste. Umami flavor compounds the ability to improve palatability and increase perceived saltiness. Umami compounds of Tora Vita 054 make it a natural alternative to food additives such as MSG and I plus G. The product can be declared as natural flavoring and can be used in many different savory recipes. The overall sensation given by Torula 054 is very rich and versatile, like all the natural flavor boosting foods, cheese and tomatoes and mushrooms. Introducing Tora Vita 054, an application example of savory crispy chicken. A small percentage of Tora Vita 054 boosts and rounds existing flavors of the savory Cody's seasoning. You'll notice that the recipe consists of the use of 0.30 in formula. Well, this is bringing our introduction and our presentation to an end. Ask for a sample today of Toravita 054, and we'll get one in the mail to you right away. Thank you again for attending. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mark. Very interesting and very enthusiastic presentation. I believe that our customers cannot wait to taste the Toravita 054. I have a few questions related to the Toravita line that will help us understand and move quickly to support the development of the business and our customer projects. Are you working on a project that requires rounding and balancing of your seasoning blend? Thank you to participate to the poll. I will give you a few seconds more. And in a few seconds, I now close the poll. Thank you very much for participating. And another question, are you working to control purge in processed meat? We have a solution indeed with Toravita line. We can come back to you if you are interested in knowing more about this product. Thank you very much for voting. We are now ended with the presentations of our product range. There is some time that we can dedicate to questions and answers. And then we can also have a look to the tips by our R&D colleague Signe when preparing and tasting the samples we have selected for you. I remind all attendees that they can send their questions using the question and answer tool in the dashboard at the right side of their screen, and that they can download the handouts that are present in this session. So the first question is for Christian. Can the Toravita 054 and the Savory Life series be used in organic products, considering the law change for declaration January 2021?
Yes, they can be used because they are also declarable as natural flavors. But beside that fact, as we have also heard about very recently about the postponement of the introduction of the new regulation, it will be delayed by another year. And the 5% rule of non-organic raw materials in organic food still remains for another, let's say, almost another 1.5 years. So yes, it's possible.
Yes, I would add that our ingredients are declarable as natural flavors. On the other side, can be declared as ingredient itself. So yeast extract, for example, in the case we have yeast extract or inactive yeast, of course.
You're absolutely right, Sylvia. Thank you.
We can wait for more questions. We wait for 1-2 minutes. If no more questions after that, we can go and watch the video from Signe. So maybe there will be some questions related to the tasting session that we have prepared for you. Okay, we have, let's say, a step 2 compared to the question we have received. So, Christian, what about after the law change in 2 years? Is it still okay to use this yeast in organic?
Yes, that's also very likely. So also in the draft of the regulation that should have been introduced by January 1st, 21, there was also still the 5% rule still remains, and it's very likely that it will also remain afterwards. So yes, the answer is yes again.
Thank you very much, Christian. Okay, I suggest we move to the video from Signe, and then we have still a few minutes to answer to the questions that can pop up.
Hello and welcome to the demo section of Lallemand Bio-Ingredients webinar. I'm Signe from Applied R&D and I will guide you through the tastings of this seminar. In this session, you will have the chance to taste and compare a selection of savory products in simple applications. Before tasting, make sure you have enough space to prepare and time to view all the instructional videos. By now, you should have received or will shortly receive a demo kit from Lallemand. In this box, you will find samples and supplies for 2 tasting sessions. Pick out the ones for session 1 this time. A pair of scissors will be handy for opening the sample sachets. For preparation, you will also need access to clean drinking water. If tap water in your area has any kind of taste, please use bottled water. Make sure you also have a possibility to boil or heat water. For this, you could use a kettle, microwave, or just boil water on a stove. Hot water from coffee machine is not recommended because it may have a coffee taste. It is also good to have some regular drinking cups close by. Next, you will see a video that will guide you through the preparations. Please continue with this presentation after watching the video in order to get the instructions on tasting methods. You can always come back and review the video later. Let's start with the tasting. With the first broth demo tasting, we are comparing standard yeast extract with Savory CB. Please taste them in the order shown on screen and notice the more powerful white meat boiled chicken flavor of Savory. With the second broth demo tasting, we're tasting the difference that Savory BEC can make. It really gives the soup roasted beef profile while being totally vegan. With the next demo, you can enjoy Savory SSC in a simple formulation with salt and sugar. It is a perfect alternative to soy sauce and it's allergen-free. Next, we have Toravita 54, which is a well-balanced flavor donator. Its sweet umami profile can be used in many tasty applications, from Asian food staples to fried foods. The overall flavor sensation is very rich and versatile. It gives umami flavor and enhances the natural flavors in food. Its effect is comparable to natural flavor boosting foods like cheese, tomatoes, and mushrooms. Thank you for listening. For more recipes and ideas, visit our homepage bio-lallemand.com.
Thank you very much, Signe, for the presentation regarding the tasting session. For the attendees that have registered later, the sample box should be on the way, so you will receive it soon. We have received in the meantime some new questions that I will ask to Christian to answer. It was mentioned that Savory is available in organic. Do you have organic certified yeast? And what ones are certified?
We have, yes, a selection of organic certified yeasts, inactive yeast as well as yeast extract. And in case of yeast extract, we have salt-free and a version with salt. And our yeast extracts, they are also different than the ones of the competitors because they also contain a higher level of natural nucleotides. So they are very umami as well.
Thank you. For an indication, the organic products are BioLife 537A and C at the moment. On the inactive yeast range, you can ask for Bio-Engevita. And we have then another question for Christian. It's regarding the release of samples of the fish boil note Savory FB. It was mentioned to be in autumn. Do you have a confirmation for our attendees, Christian?
Yes, it's still in the plan that the production in Cornwall will take place mid or towards end of October. And then we can send out the real industrial, fully representative samples to you. I hope you will be patient enough. Thank you for that.
Okay, there are still few questions. Question again to Christian. Are you allowed to say nutritional yeast as declaration? I think this request is coming from Asia Pacific area, and I send it to Christian.
If it's an inactivated yeast, yes, you're allowed to say that, but you could also declare this product natural flavoring. For yeast extracts, you cannot declare them nutritional yeast. You have to declare them yeast extracts or, again, natural flavoring.
Okay, I received another question that I'm not sure to understand well. As I read it, maybe the asker can be more precise if Christian cannot reply. But this is the question. Are all yeast natural selected, or are some of them GGO? Maybe it
Maybe
was
the question is GMO. Yes,
GMO, probably.
all our strains are non-GMO strains. Whenever we produce something for food, everything is non-GMO. And also, as you have seen in the presentation before, that we also for the American market, it's non-GMO verified, and for Europe anyhow, everything needs to be that we bring on the market needs to be fully GMO free. Yes.
Thank you very much, Christian. You are much smarter than me. I wasn't able to interpret this question, but thank you very much. So if you have other questions, please type them now. I will wait 1-2 minutes. Okay. If no more questions, I thank you very much again for joining this first session of our Savory webinar. Once I end the session, a survey will appear on your screen. Please take 1 minute to answer to these short questions for us. If you have suggestions or ideas for the next webinars, please contact us at info@bio-lallemand.com. We hope to welcome you tomorrow for the session number 2. If you're not registered, you are still in time. If you need help, please send us an email to info@bio-lallemand.com. We are looking forward to meeting you again tomorrow. Oh, we have some new questions. So before I close the webinar, thank you very much for asking. What is the soy sauce Savory Life SSC sample? Does it contain other ingredients? I will ask the question to Signe from R&D.
Thank you for this question. The sample we sent is the demonstration sample that you need to add only water, and it contains Savory Life SSC, salt, and sugar, and nothing else.
Thank you very much, Signe. I have another question for you. It's regarding Toravita 054. Is it cloudy in solution?
Yes, it is a little bit cloudy and it can sediment a bit, but for some applications it should be totally fine. And also, if we think about its addition concentration, it's very, very small. So even in quite clear solution, you might not notice its cloudiness. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much, Signe. A question again to Christian. Could you please tell us how the smoked yeast should be declared in Europe?
Yes. In Europe, you would have to declare smoked yeast. The term natural being used is, I would say, too critical, and I would not recommend that. whereas in the US declaration would be different. I mean, if they would say, but it's not 100% confirmed what I say now. If they say naturally smoked yeast, they may do that, but in Europe, it's definitely a no-go because yeah, that's simply not possible. Say, declare it smoked yeast. That's it. And it's seen as foodstuff and not as a flavoring.
Okay, I have a, let's say, a technical question that I can answer myself. It's regarding the handouts, how to download them. You should have on the right side of your screen the dashboard, and you can see there is also a button to download the handouts. But if you have issues on finding them, you can also send me an email at info@bio-lalman.com, and I will send you the handouts of the day by simple mail if it's easier for you. Okay, we have just 3 minutes left. I am not receiving more questions, but in case you have still the last minutes to type your question, and we will be pleased to answer.
I don't have a question, Sylvain and Wilma, but I want to say a big thank you for your very, very good preparation for this seminar. And I hope that the other participants do agree to my comment. And that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christian, and thank you very much to all attendees for their patience and their interaction. Okay, I think we can say goodbye for the day. As said, we hope to see you tomorrow online, and we wish you a pleasant time. Thank you very much for joining.